Okay folks, we should be live again. Just checking everything's coming through. And welcome back to the Outer Wilds. So, last week we didn't get to play this at all because I had to move streams around to allow me to go to Twitch London. So last time we were playing was 2 weeks ago. And we finished up in Edgewater and we've just started making our way to the next part of the adventure at the Groundbreaker. So, let us make a move. Against all the odds, the unreliable takes flight. Yay! We got our power regulator so we can actually fly around now. Right. So we should be at the Groundbreaker, but I haven't gone on to the Groundbreaker yet.
Can we talk?
Huh. Fair enough.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Okay. Sure, we could head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time.
Hi,
Did you want to
Subsonic.
talk about something else?
I hope you're well. Let's see. Did you learn your trade from your father? Sounded like it when you taught to read.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life.
Oh,
Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the
He
humour.
meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Huh. I'm getting along with it fine. I'm not really that far into it, but I'm still loving it. Because I'm only playing it on stream, it's been quite hard the last couple of weeks. Actually not playing when I waited to get a chance to stream it again. But you're actually good at this and you enjoy it.
I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Let's see. You didn't like your classes?
There were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing.
Oh.
Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
No wonder she wanted to leave. What did you do during your time
As
off?
soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself.
Oh.
So I could see the stars.
Build anything fun?
When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains.
Oh.
Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long.
Oh.
And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
No, break time's over. I'm not getting rid of her. Not at all. Right. So that'll get me to the Groundbreaker. The Groundbreaker being that ship out there. Which is part of this system here. We came from Terra 2. So we don't know much about the system. Now. Let's see where we are with my inventory. Oh, pretty stripped down at the moment. We are carrying a lot of stuff.
Thinking of tinkering at the workbench? I used to love watching Alex work. Now I like watching you.
That's not creepy. Right. What we got? Electrocharge service armor mod. My armor. Gadgets. Looks like I have space for something. So mod stuns and damages melee attack. The effect as a cooldown. Armor mod utility. Skill kit. Armor in. Utility. Utility. Oh, why not? Ooh. Thicker, sir. What you got? Dialogue skills +5. That'll do good on the old dialogue skills, but where did we... Let's see. Get him that. Melee weapon skills +5. It's the Vicar. It is. I got the Vicar Weasel Boy. Welcome back. I'm hoping he will be worth it. I think he will be. That'll slow him down a mite. Right. Sword off shotgun. That's fair enough, but we can do better than that melee weapon. One three one 142. Cool. For Vati, she's got her hammer. She's got an assault rifle. The Vicar. Ooh, 230, 238. Knock down, knock back. I think that's actually slightly better. Right. Let's see. Right now, I think a certain amount of stuff can go in a chest. If I remember rightly. No. Let's have a look around. Oh wait, so I can go up, can't I? This is what I'm looking for. Okay, we have a bathroom, or this must be my room. Well, maybe, maybe not. There's Vicar Max. I want to move the story along, so we will talk to the good vicar shortly. Bavati, maybe? Yeah. Oh. Not entirely sure who Sam is. Okay, so we can maybe have up to 4 crew members? Apparently I can sleep anywhere. Holographic shower. Ooh. Holographic shower protected skies and union companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Right. Oh, cool. We have points and everything. Do want to get that up. But also having options here would be good. Yeah. We'll drop them in there. Right, perks. Still only got tier 1s. So we've done both of the tactical time dilations and we've given ourselves more health. Could be useful. That could be useful. 15% crit cannon crit chance. Resilient. Could be particularly useful. Do you have a ship yet? Yes, I'm actually on the ship. But we have our own ship. I'm thinking resilient. Oh, journal. Nothing botched. Lots of options but limited in choice. In what way, Subsonic? Ah, he's got perks. Increase your hack skill when Mac is in the party. I like that. Right. Or healthy. That one. Thank you. Welcome, Captain. Oh, I haven't seen this. In perks and upgrades, yes. Yes. There's only so many points you're going to get. Right, well, we need to catch up with this. So, Alex Hawthorne. Unread messages. From you, Bedford. To Alex. Not to mention my previous message telling me I'm mailing you a copy of my favourite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. About a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly border-proof, so don't go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Okay. Yeah, that was that one. So messages went archived. I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Yeah, indeed, you can play different ways. You even can play without having companions as such. One of the perks increases your damage if you're on your own, but it's obviously of no use if you're going to play with companions. So I can't say how pleased I'm finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humour and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Well, that's not going to happen. I assume I'm probably going backwards in time here, so... Okay, so... was ignoring messages. Subject checking. Dear Alex, it was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounded mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days. Yeah. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know about the Wells fellow? He does. Wells is the scientist. I'm so sorry to press about the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. You just tell me where he is. Well, it would be marvellous for our friendship. Don't think I trust you, Dom. Okay, and this one. Hello, Udom here, Udom Bethel. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship, so I have been reading backwards. My silly fat finger's embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. If you're ever in the Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Last Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every colour. I see. Logs. We'll start with one. Note to self, remember this later, know better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point, I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells's lab. Just sitting there for the taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe, or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it the shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I'd heard rumours of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on the Wells shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to these rumours. More to be had. Hammer power. Last time I got sloshed, I mean, was imbibing at the Last Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udon was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardettes yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardette said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Hiya. I'll say Von B. I'm going to get it wrong otherwise. Morning, evening. Welcome back. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me, blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back? Let the record show I did apologise for shouting him down 5 times. The architect me down was just sitting there neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I asked? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I will admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I've been tracking down additional rumours pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. Gossip holds true. My next step will be to chat with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Ooh. Okay. So we've got the engineer. Okay, rooms for the Groundbreaker scientist who bragged about a powerful weapon he was researching. Another of Hawthorne's logs mentioned looking in Gladys' shop for old records. Ah, logs on Hawthorne's terminal indicate that Phineas has a powerful weapon at his orbital lab. Right, and we've got to speak to Gladys, so we've got to go and speak to Gladys anyway, but there's this engineer on the way. Right. Huh. Cool.
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Uh-huh. So, this is obviously my room. So, let's drop some of these things in. Okay, cool. Armor-wise. That's done us the world of good on regards to that. A lot of that we can probably sell. Okay, we've only got so much space. Okay, those don't weigh anything. We do have quite a lot of junk though. Alright, cool. Edgewater. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Oh dear. Yes. Okay. Let's get on to the Groundbreaker. But what would you do when you need a fresh shirt? It's going to be tricky. Okay, I can have both of them. Yeah, let's have both of them. Unique armor and weapons can be found around Halcyon, hidden away, sold by vendors and given out as quest rewards. Nice. That does look quite cool. Got them both. Here we go. Wow. So that's one of the places we want to go to. Okay. Right, so journal-wise, let's... So that one... Is that telling me to travel back? And let's... So those are see Gladys. We also want to see the engineer. So where's the engineer? Engineer's over there. Okay. Hi.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Huh.
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time. While we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know somebody who can read the book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Fair enough. Okay. That sounds like a good lead, but how do we find
That's
him?
a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. How is it that such a simple vicar happens to be a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, Captain.
Right then, where's that on our map? That's actually just over there. Okay.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Oh.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
Right.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Hello.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I'd like to hear your side. What
I
happened?
had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right? Or you defend the honour of your team. I think defending the honour of his team is going to go down better.
Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Really? Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
Oh no, why doesn't it have me say that I'm Alex Hawthorne? You in a hurry to get somewhere?
Oh, not at all. Just, you know, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
Okay, I'm not going to say my real name yet, because earlier on the game gave me specifically the option of saying I was Alex Hawthorne. Yeah, that's my ship. And this is a really big docking bay. Right, cool. Let's see what else might be around. Corporate troopers, more debts. Lots of stuff I can steal if no one catches me. We'll get around to that later. Stir the door. Huh. A restricted access. Hi.
Stay in the public areas and we'll get along fine.
Of course, of course. There a back door? Phineas Wells.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so riled at him.
Ooh. Wanted Deborah alive, Captain Gunnar McReed for several counts of public intoxication, destruction of Groundbreaker property, unpaid docking fees and resisting arrest. Proof of kill required to collect reward. Okay. Yeah, and there's old
That's quite the
Phineas.
impressive list of infractions.
Yes, yes it is.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
We got anything good? That's all fairly standard. Right, we can sell a bit though. So yeah, some of this we definitely want to sell. Let's sell all the junk first. And let's go to sales. Right, to be honest with you, we'll end up... that's potentially more useful. Okay. Don't get much for these things. I really should stop picking up everything I come across. Gina G Gaming, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome on in all. Hello Immortal Fate. I am playing the Outer Worlds. And we've just arrived at the Groundbreaker, which is the second part of it all. Cool. Let me just give you a shout out, because I have enjoyed your Fable streams when I've caught them. They were much fun. I hope you are all well. So do, if you've not checked out Gina G or GG Gaming, do give her a look. She is actually good and a lot of fun. What were you playing out of interest? That's cool. Some of these are good. Right. Hello. Sorry, no problem. That's no problem at all. You're on Fortnite. Oh. Cool. Not a game I play, but a game that I sometimes enjoy watching. How's the Outer Worlds? It's good. It's really good. To be honest. I love it. Time dilation, recharge. Those all look semi-useful. Oh dear. Right. Right, what we get here then? Ooh, more weapons. Flamethrower. Ooh. Cheers. You're lurking while eating dinner. Enjoy your dinner. I'm sure it's very well deserved. Automag pistol, hunting rifle. Make exceptional there. Okay. Right, let's see what this customs guy's all about.
Identification, please.
Present Hawthorne ID. Here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Uh-huh. How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade.
Oh,
Shines
dear.
like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship is
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way.
Fair
I
enough.
shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
The problem is, I know from the logs on the ship that Udom and Alex Hawthorne knew each other. So Udom is going to know straight away that I am not Alex Hawthorne. And I may have to tell him that Alex is dead. Great, I'll go talk to him and straighten
You
this
take
out.
the starch out of him? Well, You won't hear any complaints from me.
Fair
And
enough.
if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Once you're finished with Red Dead 2, you're going to play this. I highly recommend it, Subsonic. I do need to get around to having a look at Red Dead 2 myself, though. That's another, looks like a really good game. If you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favour? Well, if it gets me on your good side...
Wanda
might be
Dorset
worthwhile.
over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
A shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Got it.
Much appreciated.
I've
there
got a
anything
SAM
else I
unit
can
in my
help you with?
ship. I'm looking for someone named... what can you tell me about Udon Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Although you might cancel some subs and sub ESO. Well, you know me, I would also recommend subbing to ESO, but that again is entirely up to you, sir. So the board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners.
Wow.
Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board?
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Interesting. I agree. I wouldn't myself enjoy ESO as much without the sub. The ability just to pick up infinite crafting materials is good, and you do get a lot more for it. I'm glad it terrifies them, the bastards. Keep pushing them. Sounds complicated, and why can't they just work together? Sounds complicated.
Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for the
Sure
info.
thing.
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
Fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Where do I get a drink?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Fair enough.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
Nice. And can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter.
Oh.
Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
How does Halcyon Holdings work
Are you
anyway?
pulling my leg?
I just want to hear your take on
Goes
it.
like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential.
Okay.
A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board.
Okay. So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these companies' heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
How does the Groundbreaker fit into that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing. a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
This is probably going to take me over old stuff, but...
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners.
Okay.
Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
Got it.
Glad to help.
What do you know about sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts.
Okay.
There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
I think I might avoid them to begin with. I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
Could be a good start. I'm looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Oh. How about something long-term?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Right.
Good seeing you.
Wow. So, we still want to locate a security terminal on the Groundbreaker. There was a ladder around here, so save the game. Just in case this goes wrong. Oh yeah, don't mind, I'm just going to climb up here. Oh. I was kind of hoping for a hatch into the office. Although, that's quite the impressive view. Okay, so we're not easily going to get into this security office just here. Where did you go?
Gosh, that's clever.
Restricted area. Paid by the closest living relative. Okay. So restricted requires ID Groundbreaker. Right. Let's close that. Not going to play. Not going to risk it. We need to somehow get ourselves the ID Groundbreaker.
Just arrived? Head over to Customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Right. Cool. Quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If called inside, you'll be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
Oh. He's not gonna... They're not gonna like it if we go in there yet. Aha!
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
I'm interested in that McGreed bounty. Where can I find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send him our debt to apprehend him?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
Okay. I'll take the
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Right. What bounties do you have available?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
Let's make some small talk.
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Fine.
Then get to business or get moving.
What's the matter?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why am I there to not guard our officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say.
Okay.
Guess it stuck.
I'll be on my way. Not handing Phineas in.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker security do for you today?
I could use
Chief
some work.
Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister?
I might want to avoid that. What can you tell me
They're
about
run
them?
by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and contractors in the system have worked for her. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning.
Okay. Alright, that's enough.
Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much and Commandant Sonia's got to reprimand me again and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this.
Chief Tennyson?
Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters.
Leading a ship the size of Groundbreaker must be a challenge.
Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly.
I'd really like to get back there.
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get it good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Okay. filing fee that was. Back to my other questions. I'm not paying that much. Just get my bearings. What do you do
This
here?
is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sunita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Oh dear. Why?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well,
oh dear.
Folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Oh no. Lots of freighters through this station. Must keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Why? Why aren't there as many freighters?
Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it? I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
See you around. Right. Here's our terminal. What's this? Ah. You found an ID cartridge. To use with the holographic shroud, you will now be automatically disguised when entering the associated restricted area. Well, that's a little easy. Okay, so let's look at our journal. By the science weapon, who goes there? Hunt down and kill Captain Marie. Right, so where are you on the map? You're there. Okay. And the good captain. You're apparently in there somewhere.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Right.
Berry flavored center. Suck it. Chew it. You can do it.
Oh my. Okay.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Ooh.
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch.
Uh-huh.
Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
Looking
Oh,
for
you
Gladys.
can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
How's life for
Fine,
Groundbreaker?
as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
Do you do business with the
Of
Promenade
course,
merchants?
most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get.
Okay.
I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Wow. You mentioned Sublight?
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely
Okay.
admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Wow. How does Groundbreaker keep the board
Our
at bay?
Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
Okay. So... Huh. Well, if it's not stealing, I'm going to load up.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were
Right, there's Gladys, but we don't want her just yet.
When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of love? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today?
Wow.
This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in
I would have robbed that
no
place.
we in Halcyon.
Huh. Yeah, we'll come back to them later.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
No.
See, Furu? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's this about your
Let
friend?
me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay?
Okay.
As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on her.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
What seems to be the problem?
I'd like to see Jessie Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
Fair enough. The record says, have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Take care.
Now, who did I have to see? Dr. Wanda Dulcet in the sickbay. Hey, Doctor.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Would have told me to tell you to get off his hospital shipments. Weird says your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
Okay. What do you need mechanicals for?
Surgery mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
Why is that?
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Interesting. Huh. Right. Anything else in here? Patient's medical chart. Patient experiences unusual side effects post-hibernation after his latest voyage. Complains of longer stay and increased boredom as time itself is slowing down. I've never seen complications this severe and am prescribing a high dosage of stims, but I'm optimistic that I can address the symptoms the cause still troubles me. I'm going to try reaching out to conveyor crews and some corp dogs I know on Terra 2 for answers. Update. I've learned that the interstellar crews call the condition skip flu, and everyone I ask says they know someone who had it. In extreme cases, they say the person's body and mind breaks down entirely. Oh, wonderful. Board medics, the few who bothered to reply, insisted the patient was making it up to shirk their duties. I don't believe my patient is malingering, but how do I prove that when the board won't even review my evidence? Eek. Sigma that. Oh. Sick bay nurse. Sigma that.
Now, where'd that patient run off to?
Uh-huh. Not entirely sure I want to go into those places. Right, holographic shroud disguise activated. Moving drains the shroud energies. When you runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way up interrogation to reset your shroud. Operating room quarantine.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
Last ratted on rotten time. Leave me in peace.
Aha.
You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
He's worried about you a lot.
She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot.
Ooh.
I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Ellie asked me to help you, so what's the plan? What did you do to get into trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yet you think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief.
Ooh.
I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items.
Okay.
3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm.
Oh.
Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Okay, so Eddie asked me to help you, so that's what I
Udom
plan to
Bedford's
do.
the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to him.
Thanks for helping me with the board.
That
You're a
might
real
give me
pal.
the leverage I need to
Or I
stop him
guess I
from
should
shipping
say,
me.
Ellie is one, huh?
That could be really useful. Right, we've got to get out. Quick, quick. And we're good. Right. Apparently people will let me just log in to their private terminals while I'm here. Messages. To Captain Irion, subject, where are my automechs? Need a status date, Irion. I know you boasted about the city as shortcut, but you could maybe venture through a pocket of space that isn't infested with pirates. You know, pirates, the ones who love cargo and hate rules? Here in Medbay we've got blunt tools, watered down meds, long shifts and shaky hands. Don't let me down. Logs. Staff shortage. I'm at my wit's end, coordinated with any authority outside of Groundbreaker. The board won't dispatch a surgeon unless Junli agrees to share a third of all docking revenue, and Space's Choice won't send supplies unless we make an exclusive deal to use their products. No thank you, I've seen enough shoddy needles breaking off in patients' arms. I need to chat with Junli about this, but she has problems of her own. Some of us are growing concerned about the cost of the Groundbreaker's independence. Right. Lots and lots to do.
Any word on Jessie?
What's the story with you two anyway?
Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what?
She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. I'll handle it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Cool. Right.
CNP Burst Pockets can be macrowaved in 2.5 seconds. Burst Pockets.
Recent users. M. Callahan. Logged out. Access user M. Callahan. Oh. The hat. Ah, this is the guy wearing the moon hat. So. From M. Callahan to his manager. I keep telling you the hat doesn't fit right. Something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because if it is, I will take it. I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. Oh. You made your spacious choice when you signed the employment contract. So, from M. Callahan to his mum. Hope you're doing well, mum. Thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn a wrench back home on Terra 2. Lily Hagen over in Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage if this thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug from me. Mum, it's really important that we can stay in touch like this. Little reminders of home are more important than ever. Enjoy the quality spaces Joy's goods I sent. You can get ones like them at home, but I figured you might appreciate me getting a company discount and all. And from his mum, are you okay, honey? Oh, public notices. The heats. I know it's bad as one whose office is closest to our radiators. You can imagine why I want to take 3 showers every day. I hear you. We've got eyes on the problem and hands on tools. It's a mechanical problem with a mechanical solution. In the meantime, enjoy some additional water rations and take breaks. You deserve them. You're first in for cooler air. Talk to your closest engineer about spots with favourable circulation. Okay, so they are having problems. Sublight salvage. Seeking ethically flexible space with Stellar Bay landing clearance. Paying in exchange for return of legal salvage. Details given upon acceptance of contract. Active warrants, prior convictions, no questions asked. Our background checks filter out criminal red flags. Plausible deniability is the Sublight way. See Lilia Hagen for details. And loitering on board property is strictly prohibited. Do not delete. The Halcyon Holdings corporate office in its environments are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes but is not limited to Halcyon Holdings office here on Groundbreaker, the space directly in front of my desk, the space directly behind my desk, my doorway, my berth, and most importantly my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation. P.S. Please note that the next space to caught drinking on the stairs outside the embassy may find themselves on the rude side of an airlock. P.S. This is the 3rd time I've had to post this message and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a board sanctioned investigation into your behaviour, and when you are caught and punished, punish you accordingly. Felix Millstone. Okay. That was Felix who we were talking to in the docking bay.
How are the repairs going?
Just plugged the last of the O2 leaks. I'm ready for downtime.
Nasty encounter you had down there. Sorry, man. Fucking pirates, right? How you planning to spend your night off? Some lonely young Mardette with starships in their eyes?
Figured I'd get in some quality time with Vera's stock.
Let me know when you're heading out. We'll get drinks the night before.
I see. Armory.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability.
Bit secondhand, eh?
We also have a line of specialized melee weapons. For those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Tell me, let's see what you got for sale. 6% discount. Not that bad. Ooh. That looks nasty. Armor. Quite the selection. It's hard to give up the unlimited materials bank. I know, ISO, yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. Definitely hard to give that up. Elite Trooper armor. I'm tempted by that. That would send me back 660. Okay. Right. Let's go get this captain. Miracle on the frontier. Deserters forced to return by heroic stranger. Oh, is it another area of the ship? So what we got? We've got a medical drone. Agreed is level 11. Medical drone. No, just getting the reading on the medical drone. Outlaw. Okay. Well, this could be a little bit tougher. Right.
Who the? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor.
Here we go.
That's the last of them.
Okay. We got the job on them. Loot the bodies. Captain McGregor. Okay, well, we should also here. I'll take the lot. These guys came in underpowered and had to snipe them from one of the vents on the side. Well, to be honest with you, I got a bit lucky there. Oops. There's still more in here. Right.
Won't get any mercy from me. Well done. We are victorious.
Cool. Although they took a bit of a beating. Okay. Huh. Okay. Nice. Plenty of stuff. Right. We're going to clear out the rest here. What have we got? Interesting. Yeah, there's more upstairs by the looks of it.
Cozy.
Wow, this must be the original hibernation base. Plasma rifle, okay. Alright, cool. So. Ooh. What's this?
What the? That one's done.
Right. Oh. Not entirely sure what I just walked into.
Everyone all right?
Okay. Bring a big enough machine gun. It's not too bad.
You're trying to get us all. What do you think you're doing?
Ryber.
Nice doing business with you.
Okay, she's gonna have a go at me again if I do that. So, what's your
haven't
story?
seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. McRed tends to incinerate anyone who comes by.
You're probably better off up in engineering than down here with the outlaws.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
I think I probably just finished the quest that I would have picked up if I'd gone to see the boss. Yeah, they came apart.
You're fast.
I think I ever got that quest. Yeah, I think I just basically stumbled into it and finished it, and someone's going to say thanks later on, hopefully. We'll see. We will see. No problem, subs on it. Right, we want to... Yeah, there's still a couple up. So we do want to head up. Finish clearing them out. I don't think subtlety is going to serve us well here. So we'll just bring a really big gun. Stumbling into it doesn't sound like me. Absolutely not. No. No, I'm always so careful. Assault rifle. What we got? Well, certainly plenty to sell. Oh, that's busted. Okay, well. Junior mycology slot. When I settled on Groundbreaker, I thought this would be my gateway to the stars, beginning of my epic tale as a spacer. Now I grow shrooms for a bunch of outlaws, not even for selling. They just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew have been tripping for weeks. Suppose it could be worse. Heard of a sublight contractor who got dissolved in chemicals and flushed down waste treatment for stealing from Lilia. Now McReed, he's always happy to see me, calls me his fungus lad. Update. McReed just set a man on fire for having his laces undone. Shit. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. All to find someone I think that calms him down. Time to experiment. Interesting. And these would be the mushroom. Yeah, we're going to stay away from all of that. Alright, cool. There is a way over there as well though, so let's finish off clearing out these back bays. Oh, an axe. I'll take an axe. My guess would be some people are going to need these radiator parts. Or I'm about to damage the ship irreparably. Okay. What are you? Just a bulb. Right, well I think we've cleared the Black Bay out. I think we stumbled into a location.
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
Right. Crouching does make it harder to watch toss ball matches though. Cool. Let's go hand in our bounty.
CNP pancake mix now requires no mixing. Seriously. Rizzo's mock appetite. Hard cider for a hard life.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Wow. Okay. Good news. Good news, I killed him, and I roughed him up before I did him in.
I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Cool. Sweet. Okay. What do we want to do? The dialogue skills will unlock certain options. I do want to get the tech skills up. But I want to get those dialogue skills. Tricky. Let's get the dialogues to 40. There we go. Okay. I wonder...
What can Groundbreaker security do for you today?
Can I come in yet?
That's what I'm here for, sir.
I bet you got seized contraband from all over the system, not that
Sure,
there.
and stuff from outside the system too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here.
Ah. Do you do, I don't know, tools or
I
something?
told you we don't. You did take care of McRed. About the only thing that'd make Commandant Sunita happier is if this heat problem were fixed too. Maybe
Okay.
she'd give you a thank you tour after that?
No, no, that's fair enough. I've got radiator parts. I think I can fix the heat problem. Let's go deal with that now then. So, we need to introduce ourselves.
Rizzo's knock you out on a CCN 76
There's loads of people here.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
Might be some cracks there we can exploit later. Never seen the man.
Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Uh-huh. Right. Ah, this is the way we want. Okay.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
For the following I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
To make a statement regarding rumors of food shortages. Rest assured, the far-sighted corporate leaders of Halcyon have tailored their product lines to be selective to the refined customer. Scheduled scarcity is a premium feature of colonial life.
Wow.
This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
Cool, let's take a quick look here. Daily checklists. Radiator temp, pumping overflow, life support, crew morale, success Scheduled landings, maintenance, brush teeth, you can do this. Personnel files, back bays. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Modettes they are free to flush out McCreed and his outlaws. They're so knotted up seeking warrants and paper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry boys, not my job. Promenade status. Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Found another listening device in my office. Thing was the size of a tossball with a cord leading all the way back to sublight. Subtle as always, Lydia. Jesus. But have sworn the automechanical chef arrived with a company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. We'll have to look into it. What? Is the man burgers? Wow. Sprite infestation at the rest and Gary's getting out of hand. Ethel better not be ranching those critters again, or I swear by law I will airlock her stall. Return to route. Personnel files, yeah. Messages. Obstructionist. So the board rejected my request for new radiator parts again after I greased their wheels with some targeted donation. Funny thing, when you use my admin privileges to survey the outgoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You'll choose your words carefully, but I picked the juicy phrase from the transcript, let the frog boil a while longer, and now I have no radiator parts. You're playing with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this ship for fun? My dear lady, the implications of your accusations caused my breath to hitch in the throat. I'm certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding. What a board liaison, if not a facilitator of handshakes between great powers. Much like the board and yourself, when you decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Gestures of good faith do not go unpaid. Yeah, right. Hi.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Cool. I'm captain of the Unreliable, though my ship's a bit grounded at the moment.
I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll do whatever I can to help you keep the peace.
Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Just passing
Statistics
through.
don't lie. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Huh. Seems kind of warm in here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them
Only
yet?
the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
He's saying that surely the board doesn't want Groundbreaker to roast.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
How do they work, the
A
radiators?
simple question with a complicated answer. One that I unfortunately don't have time to give, not with our situation being so dire.
I could explain that for you later, Captain. I mean, the general principle. Not like these particular radiators.
You're smart to keep an engineer on staff, Captain. In my experience, all the good techs steer clear of freelance work.
Found some parts lying around the back bays. Will these do the job?
Those are... Wow. That's exactly what
Yes.
I'm looking for. Remarkable. How did you... I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight?
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
I'll make my way down
Don't
there.
worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
We probably need to go and attend to what she's asked us to do. So, again, let's save.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the...
Oh, I've got to introduce... Yeah, let's do that before we do this.
Those repairs won't make themselves.
Yeah, sorry about that. But... Vati, you wanted to talk to Chun-Li. Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Nudge Parvati to continue.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
I know. Silently
Wow,
encouraged.
Great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Nice
Couldn't
job.
have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Cool. We'll talk to her more later. Let's go sort out. Let's finish this task we've got. Happiness is a warm spaceship. Okay, I go that way. Cool. Ah, where are you going to take me? That's cool, that. Not sure what that does at all. Right.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the man, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I got the
Now it's done!
Right, where are things? Max, you alright? Your health bar's alright? Whoa.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Okay.
Processing data.
Where are you? That's barred.
Returning to normal protocols.
Okay, if that's barred, maybe this way isn't. Right.
System alert.
Just calm down. Oh. Okay.
Adjacent unit.
You're not shooting me, I'm not shooting you. Okay, where am I actually trying to get to here? Repair the radiators is down there. Okay. Well, we saw a ladder down. I did try, yeah. Quite right.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pump. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pump.
Rosette searching.
Well done. We're still alive.
We are. Okay. Right. Logs. Cobbled together. Staff is getting restless. Work around the half-cocked solutions are all got the Groundbreaker exposed. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? Right. Old plans, new problems. Found some of Chief Guliag's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing. She spent half of her career patching it up. Lots of corners cut when they put this place together. Among our papers, I also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docks. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround on the guts of the old bird, like I can feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma. Interesting. Right, let's cycle the pump.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Okay. Let's clear these out.
Fate shines on us today.
Cool. And there's nothing there. Right, let's get down. This time we can spend a bit of time looting. And checking terminals. Archive logs and transmissions. A rival confirmation. To HHB Earth HQ transmitted via probe that archived at source. It's my honest report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers and supplies at their intended colony worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair stop and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I closed this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we left behind. A stern reminder. Auxiliary monitoring stations. Some very rich and unsavoury elements among our colonial neighbours seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacious Choice logo stamped on my arse. It wasn't a nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bid. Groundbreaker has no role in the successful failure of Halcyon corporate entities, period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on the ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly. Interesting. Does that mean that there is some doomsday protocol? Yay! We have the lift music. Start stealing things in here.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my
Yay.
shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right.
Yes.
The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Cool. What's it like being in command around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget.
Wow.
Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
The ship is a family
Sure
business?
is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayan, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
Oh.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Condolences. I'm sure there was some big shoes to fill.
Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time.
Oh.
Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Where's the self-destruct mechanism? Aren't you a little young to be training the successor?
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when.
Pavati here could always help you shoulder the burden.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
Okay.
You've got my attention.
You don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right. I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
How do you keep the board at a safe distance?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Okay.
You've got my attention.
we'll be on our way. Avati, do you have anything
Groundbreaker's
to say?
safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
What was that about back at Chun-Li's?
Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms?
Sounds like you have a crush on her.
What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater?
Sounds like you're not sure how you feel.
I just met her. How could I be? All I know is I want to talk with her more. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do.
Oh.
I wish I was half so confident.
We'll talk later. Right, let us...
This is Halcyon News.
Let's see if we can get access to that security terminal now.
CNP Borstworth. It's not the worst unless it's worse.
And then we probably need to consider what we're going to do about you gone.
Hey, bounty hunter. You're welcome here anytime, so long as you ain't loitering.
Okay, let's see if you'll give me a
What
tour.
can Groundbreaker security do for you today?
I'd really like to get back there.
Yeah, I'm getting that, but this area's off limits. I told you. You have done a lot for us, Captain. I'll talk to the Commandant about scheduling a thank you tour for you. Maybe check back in a few days.
I've done a lot for you all. Why the wait?
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
That may stop me from hacking anything. Right, at the moment, I'm in here okay. Before I start doing anything with mines. Change that. Aha! We have a security terminal. Excellent. Eject docking. Okay, eject docking records data card. Right, confiscated goods. Obtain a freelancer who's caged about his business. Metal hoop, prayer beads, lock container, owner refused inspection. Left these things behind, so they're stored on the back of the security statement tells. Right. Security logs. Sublight put a bid on one of our impounds. Generous 1-2. Negotiate for the usual finder fees and then give Lydia a salvage. For all the lost hope. Freelancers 1. Rest the freighter cabin with more bits than brain. Hawthorne ships founded by the order of Udon. Bedford, still no clue. Guy from the Bat Base roughed up the Mood Kid. Raving mad, warned me that the moon was going to bring about the end times. He was flying high. Got a sworn testing. Marie was spotted the rest and go. Ooh.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Hello, disembodied voice. Right. We got all of those to 40. Now I want to get my tech up. And we get perks. Let's see. I like the idea of the sprint speed, I have to say. Although the ability to fast travel if I get myself encumbered so I can sell stuff, yeah. Yeah, that one. Because being encumbered sucks a bit, actually.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Okay. Yeah, that would be all that stuff. We're probably asthma rifles. Ah, that was the original way in. Let's try this.
Gosh, that's clever.
That may not be the best idea. So where's this modified pistol then? Asthma rifle. Oh, that ID cartridge, which I've already got. Steel hoop. Okay, I have no idea why that's there, but it's unusual enough that I think it actually belongs to someone. They probably want it. Right. Okay. I am going to say things there. Right, folks. I'm going to call it there. I'm still getting over this Twitch London con flu, but I am starting to feel a lot better. That's a convenient point to break. We'll carry on with the Groundbreaker next time, which will be Saturday, 4 PM GMT, here on Twitch. And on Sunday, I'll be doing Elder Scrolls Online from 2 PM, and then we're into next week. So, in the meantime, let me see. Let's what I was doing. Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to go and raid Brazil 317, who's a fellow member of the Burrito Syndicate, which GG Gaming is as well. Yes, so we will go and see Raz. I'm cutting quite a fine figure there, perhaps. Maybe. Let's put this there. Right, so let's just set the raid off. Thank you very much all for watching. And if you're interested at all, there is a Discord server. There is a YouTube channel where I am putting up some other stuff, although not related to the Outer Worlds. And you can also follow me on Twitter. But why didn't that one work? There we go. But thank you all for watching, and I will hopefully catch folks at some point soon. Bye for now.